me off from retrieving that information because they could just kind of like put this like timestamp to where they was going to restart my PC, and I was in a rush retrieving stuff,
Hmm.
and putting it onto the same account that I had before. Is just I couldn't actually access it, and I still have an account that I can't access, and forever, almost forever lost. I could probably do it if I actually sit down with somebody on the phone and all this other crap, but get a hold of somebody in the states to help you do something is a mind ordeal. But um, I retrieved nearly half of the stuff I lost. The other of it, I ran out of time. The PC rebooted. Boom! I was screwed. But I was retrieving it through the cloud, and I put it in the cloud so I could be able to retrieve it from anywhere. But once the router crashed, took out my took out my PC, took out the drives. I had the cloud open, so it affected the cloud. And this is where I see seen a security problem because it should never have affected the cloud. Period. But see, in my Google Drive, I haven't lost nothing. All I was able to do did was went in and got back into my account, and everything was there. It was right there.
Yeah.
And yeah, I've got it on my drives now. But see, like what you talk about, having a backup on a drive. I back
Mhm.
everything up on a drive, and once I back it up on a drive, like having an external, I disconnect it. Period.
Right.
And when I get ready to back up something, I reconnect it and boom, and I download or back up onto my drive, and I disconnect it just like an external drive. But see, I've got a box of drives over here that's slap full. You can't put nothing else on them. And I understand the limited space and what you're talking about savings, but what you get into now, and I may or may not be able to help you somewhere along the lines in the future, but
Mhm.
you probably really need to think about before investing in anything else is some mainline storage. Seagate's got some really cheap 4 terabyte drives right now on Newegg, fairly cheap, compared to the amount of space or whatever. I mean, they're fairly cheap. I think it was 87, 97, 120 something dollars for a 4 terabyte drive. I mean,
That's pretty
you
good.
know, if you got if you got that much that you're having to back up, you probably need to invest into a NAS system. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
well,
Something like that.
I've
So
been
where you,
wanting to get a NAS system, but it's I mean, if there's when you're talking about having something like that, it's not an $89 system. You know,
yeah,
I
yeah,
mean, it's pricey.
yeah, well,
So,
yeah.
but
I'm not just talking about the drive itself. You ain't got to
yeah,
get the whole thing. You can actually just get the drives and just take you some the uh, the adapter that comes out of your PC. It just hook them straight up, or just get you an adapter that actually comes from one of your connections out of your PC that crosses. I think it's like anywhere from like four plumb up to like 20 drives you can hook up. But and say if you say you run SSD or an M.2 and a hard drive.
mhm.
This is where I was trying to tell you here a while back. You need to put your operating system on your SSD and back up everything on your hard drive.
Well,
Don't
that's the way I have
store
it.
nothing.
That's the way I have it. I've had Windows on Windows, which was originally installed on the SSD. That's what he
Yeah,
did, and I use the 2 gigabyte for 2 gigabyte, 250 gigabyte for storage. The problem is that I'm a pack rat. Not just a pack rat, but I'm also being a game streamer. I've got a lot of games that have taken up all the space on the SSD. Those are games that I'll play frequently.
yeah,
And so now I'm winding up with having to, or I've been doing for some time now, installing games on the
hard drive,
HDD.
hard drive.
And so gonna have to go to another SSD. I recognize that. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take into consideration your suggestion, and I'm gonna back up the vital stuff, the pictures and whatnot, and downloads, etc., this and that I may not be able to replace or not. whatever, I'm going to put them on Google Drive. And then when I'm done with the clean install and whatnot, I'll go ahead and download them back. And if I have to back them up somewhere, I'll back them up. I'm going to have no
Well,
choice. You
you
know,
can actually open up OneDrive in Microsoft and actually put them in OneDrive.
or OneDrive, I guess.
Uh,
I don't know if I necessarily trust OneDrive, to be honest, but
well, it's just for a temporary option.
yeah.
But see, with Outlook, you can actually you have this option. See anything that you have in your account. See, this is well, I'm not quite getting anything that's on your account. That's it's because let's just face it. Not unless it's physically downloaded, like a SD card or something that you're collecting stuff or whatever that you're wiping. Um, you can if you put it on an account in an account, you can actually access all that information, all that virtual video, photos, anything off an account, which is a lot of people says Drive, Cloud, whatever. But once you actually are limited yourself, that's the reason why I connect to backup and then disconnect on certain on offline drives, and I make sure that I'm not even connected to the PC or to the network while I do that. This
Right.
is another thing, the security measure, because if you're actually online
Hmm.
when you're backing up, the cloud can automatically pick up if it's on. If you got the cloud off, it can still, believe it or not, Microsoft and other stuff can still actually pick up on what you're backing up.
Right.
So I disconnect, back up on the drive, totally offline, um, disconnect my drive, and then plug the Ethernet back up the router to continue on. I mean, it's whatever length of time it takes up to download onto the drive, disconnect the drive, reconnect the Ethernet back to the router. But that's the only amount of time I'm down. Period.
Yeah.
Other than that, wiping, I have since I learned that something crashing can do more damage than me wiping
Mm.
something, then I'm not to me I'm not that worried about it. Of course, I don't have a whole lot, and I understand what you're saying, but everything I had on that was posted on Twitch, YouTube, or anywhere else, once I accessed those um, accounts,
Yeah.
everything was right there.
Mm.
I didn't lose nothing.
Well,
That,
I,
see,
s-
that's what I
I
really don't
suppose
understand. I mean,
I should,
well,
try it at least.
what do you really have? I mean, outside of
I
your
don't know.
videos
Let's see.
or
Look.
games out, you're gonna have to reinstall that anyway.
Yeah, that's
Um,
true.
I mean,
Um,
if you got all your information, this is right reason why you always write stuff down.
the big
To
one
get
that's going to be a pain in the ass is GTA because I don't have GTA Steam. GTA on seven DVDs. Um, so that's going to be a pain in the ass. Not to mention the mod that goes. Well, not so much the mod, but I'm looking right now to answer your question in aside from programs in. Now see, that's the other thing. A lot of the stuff that I did have is gone. It's not there anymore. It's not in my documents anymore. It got replaced with something else. The downloads, I have no clue. So those are gone too. Um,
see. When you ran your update,
yeah.
it should have not have removed anything, not unless you chose to remove
Well, no, see, that's the problem. I ran the update, and it didn't. It didn't. But then I wanted to roll back, and it said, sorry, you can't roll back until you remove this account that you added. I didn't add an account. They added a stinking account. They took my my main admin account, custom, and they changed it to custom desktop something or other, and they made it so that that was now a second account included with the first account. I can't explain it. I posted this to 10 forums to see So I actually mentioned what it was there, and then like I said, Narc said, yeah, I'm pretty sure that when you go to remove that account, it's still going to leave your original custom account, which it didn't.
Okay, let me ask you this: can you access that admin account at all?
Which one? Because there's only one account I can access right now. That's my Lucky admin account. Other than that, I can't access anything. Wait.
Well, is that not the account you want to
No,
access
that's not the
anyway?
account. That's the account that was create. See, that's no. See, here's the thing. At some time, I was having issues after originally going to Windows 10. I mean, just not having to. I don't know. Maybe I did an update or not. I'm not really sure. I was having issues where I couldn't right-click the bar, or I wasn't able to left-click the Windows Start menu. And so someone suggested what you should do then is you should create another account to see if you have the same issues. Well, I did create another account. I created another admin account called Lucky, and I wasn't having the issues. But then the issues started clearing up with the other account, so I stuck with the original admin account, which was called Custom by the installer that originally made the custom install. And so I didn't think much of it. But then I had Lucky to fall back on right now after I just did that fall creator update. So I went to Lucky, and if I hadn't had Lucky, I wouldn't have been able to remove the other admin account. Does that make sense?
Yeah, kind of, sort of.
I
But
hope I didn't lose you.
could you not access that account? Did you not
I
try
was
to?
able to access one of those custom because remember, it created another account. See, this is where things went south. When I did the fall creator update, it created a new account.
Yeah.
Okay, and it tried to preserve by having Windows.old. It preserved some of the stuff, I think, in the old custom folder. I'm not really sure, but when I wanted to roll back, it said to me very clearly, you can't roll back until you remove an account. Hold on, hon. Okay,
Yeah,
remove
but
an account.
what I'm trying to figure out is
Here, let me show you this.
why or how did an update create or
I have no idea.
remove access
I
to
have
an account
no
you
idea.
created?
I have no idea. But if you take a look at this, what I posted on 10 forums, it'll explain. Let's see if I can find it. I'll put the link in there.
No, yeah, you place that somewhere where you can remove it or something, because I don't want you to place nothing security wise.
No, let me see. I mean, I can put it in the Discord for you, because I can delete that. I should be able to delete that.
That's what I'm saying.
Let me
Put it somewhere
see.
where you can delete it.
Fall creator. I posted this about yesterday. It said Windows 10 fall creator screwed up my.
Narc had actually. That was October 9th, 29th. Oh, never mind. It's
Hold on,
29th.
hon. What am I? Hold on a second.
Yeah, go ahead. You take care of your family.
Here it is. I got it. Copy link. I'll be there in a second. Hold on. Oh man, it's starting to pour here. I might lose my connection. Um, Unfortunately, that's what happens with our ISP when it really starts getting wet here. Okay, here it is. I'm putting it in general chat. So take a look at this, and I'll be right back.
All right.
Ooh, 39%. I have no idea.
Oh crap.
Guess I'll have to plug the other one.
Turn off the Wi-Fi. I have no internet.
Well, I'm gonna have to reinstall Windows.
I gather that.